Kyle Nabors for Friday Night Drive back here in DeKalb on Saturday of state championship football with Steve Soucie. 5A title game is in the books with Rochester winning their first 5A title. Many in 4A, first in 5A, 42-28 over St. Rita and Sousse. It really wasn't all that close of a game.
Yeah, it really wasn't. It was, I mean, 2 touchdowns at the end, but for most of the game, Rochester clearly had it in hand, not only in the scoreboard, but just in the way that the game was played.
And any concerns about Rochester playing in 5A for the first time quickly vanished. They had done well up until this point. Thought St. Rita would be their toughest test, and they passed it with flying colors.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to take the L on this one. Driving into the stadium today, I was thinking to myself, the conditions probably favored St. Rita, a ground-based attack. I wasn't sure if Rochester would be able to do all the high-octane things that they like to do. They stepped on the gas pedal right from the get-go and maintained that for the entire game.
Yeah, and St. Rita running back Caleb Brown had been terrific all season and throughout the playoffs. They shut him down today, though.
Yeah, it was one of those situations where he simply just couldn't get to open space. They wouldn't allow him to get to the second level and get him in the situation where he could maybe deke a defender and get upfield. It just, he never got there. There was only one play where he really did it, and that one came back on a hold.
And on the other side of the ball, Hank Beatty for Rochester, 3 touchdowns receiving, over 200-yard receiving yards, also threw another touchdown in the first half. Just a terrific into a terrific season for him.
Yeah, just a breakout year for him as a sophomore. The most interesting thing about him looking forward is either he's going to set every state receiving record that this state has, or they're going to give him the keys to the car, because if you look on the roster, he's listed as a quarterback, and Clay Bruno is graduating, so maybe he gets to run this offense next year.
Yeah, and I just had talked with Coach Derek Leonard after the game there, too, and asked him a question. They had run a screenplay where they had Beatty come across the formation, circle around the quarterback, and go back out to the left. He said it was to draw the safety to that side for the double team. Then they threw the screen back to the right and ended up going for a long touchdown. And that, to me, just is it perfectly encapsulates how great of a play caller Derek Leonard is, and these different ways he's able to scheme and get his players in the right situation.
I just like to go through one of his playbooks and learn the genesis of where he got all these plays from, because I just talked to him a little bit more in depth about some of those things, and it just seems like he has so many inspirations for what he calls, and he seems to know which card to play every single time.
All right, well, that will wrap it up for the 5A title game. Getting ready to head up and watch East St. Louis and Prairie Ridge in the 6A title game. Stay right here at Friday Night Drive for complete state coverage.